and a new bond is formed between carbon and oxygen, which leads to formation of a carbonyl compound, 2 in 1 all. This compound, if it is treated with PCC, secondary alcohols undergo dehydrogenation to form ketones. Methanol is used as a solvent in paints and varnishes. Hello my dear students, welcome back to session 5 on the chapter alcohols, phenols and ethers. Last class we studied about dehydration of alcohols and its mechanism, and we learnt about Lucas reagent test. Today we shall learn about oxidation reaction. Oxidation of alcohols involves breakage of two bonds. That is, it involves the breakage of CH bond as well as the OH bond in alcohols, and a double bond is formed between carbon and oxygen to give a carbonyl group. Okay. So what happens during oxidation of alcohols? CH bond is broken and OH bond is broken, and a new bond is formed between carbon and oxygen, which leads to formation of a carbonyl compound. This reaction also involves dehydrogenation. Why do we call dehydrogenation? Because when the bonds are breaking here, what is getting removed? Hydrogen as well as hydrogen. Isn't it? 2 hydrogen atoms is removed. That's why it's also called as dehydrogenation reaction. Okay. So we'll see oxidation of primary alcohols first. Okay. A strong oxidizing agent like acidified potassium permanganate, that is KMnO4. Okay. Or we can also use strong oxidizing agent like acidified potassium dichromate, or even in alkaline condition, but it is a strong oxidizing agent which we are using. So in that case, primary alcohols first will get converted into aldehydes, and immediately it will get converted into a carboxylic acid. You cannot stop the reaction at aldehyde state. That is, you can see RCH2O, one hydrogen from here, another hydrogen from here, it is removed, and a new double bond is formed between carbon and oxygen. Further, this will again undergo oxidation to give a carboxylic acid, C double bond O, OH group, that is a carboxylic acid. Isn't it? So, in presence of a strong oxidizing agent, primary alcohols are converted into carboxylic acids. By using mild oxidizing agent, alcohol, that is primary alcohol, can be converted into an aldehyde, or we can stop the reaction at the aldehydic state. Why? Because we are using a mild oxidizing agent like chromic anhydride or anhydrous CrO3. Okay. So you can see primary alcohol, you will get aldehyde. Now we can also write an example for this, that is, instead of R I will write CH3 group. So if I take CH3 CH2 OH, that is ethanol, if I take, in the presence of chromic anhydride, this will undergo oxidation to give CH3 CHO, that is acetaldehyde. Okay. That is about mild oxidizing agent. There are some other specific oxidizing agent like PCC. What is PCC? That is pyridinium chlorochromate. Okay. In which we can convert alcohol to aldehyde. For example, we have but 2-ene 1-ol, correct? It's a primary alcohol, but there's a carbon-carbon double bond as well. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atoms. It has got a double bond as well as the OH group. So it is but 2-ene 1-ol. This compound, if it is treated with PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate, then in the first carbon atom, there is oxidation which takes place to give an aldehydic group. You can see how hydrogen from the carbon atom is removed, hydrogen from oxygen is removed, and a double bond is formed between carbon and oxygen to give an aldehydic group. Okay. Now, if you want to name this, what is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atom is there. First carbon atom is an aldehyde. Second carbon atom has a double bond. So, it is but 2-ene 1-ol. Okay. So, what happens when we are using primary alcohols or when primary alcohols is undergoing oxidation? Primary alcohol, if I use a strong oxidizing agent, I get a carboxylic acid. If I use a mild oxidizing agent, I will get aldehyde. And example for strong oxidizing agent is potassium permanganate acidified or acidified potassium dichromate, etc. Mild oxidizing agent like chromic anhydride, if we use, we can stop the reaction at the aldehyde state, or specifically we can use some of the reagents to convert primary alcohol to aldehyde like PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate. Okay. So that's about the oxidation of primary alcohols. Next is oxidation of secondary alcohols. So what happens? Secondary alcohols are oxidized to ketones by chromic anhydride. Okay, that is, if I use a secondary alcohol and if we use chromic anhydride, I'll get a ketone. Okay, now here you can see what is happening. Carbon hydrogen, this hydrogen is removed, the other hydrogen is removed, and a double bond is formed between carbon and oxygen. Now we'll write an example for this. R I shall take a CH3 group. So CH3, C, OH and H and CH3 in the presence of chromic anhydride. What I'll get? Hydrogen from carbon atom, hydrogen from oxygen is removed to get CH3, C double bond O, CH3. What is the name of this compound? It is propan 2-ol or 2-propanol also I can write, and this is common name is acetone and the IUPAC name is 1, 2, 3. So it is propanone. Okay, or 2-propanone. Need not write 2 there. Why exactly? I shall explain while I am explaining the naming of ketones. Okay, so that's about secondary alcohols. Next we have is oxidation of tertiary alcohols. So what happens with tertiary alcohols? Tertiary alcohols do not undergo oxidation under mild conditions, or with mild oxidizing agent, tertiary alcohols does not undergo oxidation at all. If it has to undergo oxidation, we require strong oxidizing agent and as well as drastic conditions. Like we require strong oxidizing agent like KMnO4 or acidified potassium dichromate or alkaline KMnO4, etc. Okay, and also we require drastic conditions so that various carbon-carbon single bonds are broken and it will form different carboxylic acids with lesser number of carbon atoms compared to the parent chain. Okay, so under mild conditions, tertiary alcohols just does not undergo oxidation. With strong oxidizing agent and drastic conditions, it can give carboxylic acids, but of course the chain length is reduced. Okay, so that's about the oxidation of primary alcohols, secondary alcohols and tertiary alcohols. This particular topic is really very important when it comes to your competitives also, because in series reaction, in between, if such reactions come, then you have to know exactly primary alcohol, at what condition it will give aldehyde, at what condition it will give carboxylic acid. If it's a secondary alcohol, when it can give a ketone or when will it give a carboxylic acid. You should know that very clearly. Okay, so it's very important for your competitive exams as well. Okay, next topic is dehydrogenation reaction with heated copper. Okay, so what is dehydrogenation reaction? The word itself tells dehydrogenation, removal of hydrogen, correct? So but we are using what? Heated copper. Okay, when vapors of alcohols are passed over heated copper at 573 Kelvin, then primary alcohols undergo dehydrogenation to give aldehyde. You can see here primary alcohols will give aldehydes. Example we shall write R, I'll take it as CH3 group, CH3 CH2 OH. It's a primary alcohol, that is ethanol. It is passed over copper at 573 Kelvin. What is happening? It will get converted into aldehyde, CH3 CHO, and hydrogen is liberated. That is one hydrogen atom from here, one hydrogen atom from here is removed. There is a double bond which is formed here and one hydrogen remains. So it is CHO group what you are getting. We'll write one more example by taking R as C2H5 group. Okay, so C2H5 is CH3 CH2 CH2OH, that is propanol. Propanol, if I take, pass it over copper at 573 Kelvin, what will I get? I'll get CH3 CH2 CHO plus hydrogen is removed. So this one is propanol, and here this compound I forgot to write the name, it is ethanol. Okay, so this is with primary alcohols. What about secondary alcohols? Secondary alcohols undergo dehydrogenation to form ketones. What does it form? Ketones. So here hydrogen and hydrogen will be removed, double bond will be formed, you will get a ketone. So secondary alcohol, I can take an example of R as CH3 group, CH3 CHOH CH3. When it is passed over copper at 573 Kelvin, I can also use Ag here instead of copper. Same reaction will happen. CH3 C double bond O CH3 and hydrogen will be liberated. So here it is acetone which is formed, and this is propan to all. Propan to all. Okay, so I hope you have understood. What about tertiary alcohols? Tertiary alcohols does not undergo dehydrogenation reaction when it is passed over copper at 573 Kelvin. Instead, it will undergo dehydration to form alkenes. So, primary alcohols will give aldehydes, secondary alcohols will give ketones. Tertiary alcohols, when it is passed over copper at 573 Kelvin, it will undergo what? Dehydration reaction, removal of water will happen. So OH group completely will get removed and hydrogen from any one of the neighboring carbon atom, for example if it is removed from here. Okay, then you have two CH3 groups remaining as it is on the carbon atom. A double bond is formed between the other carbon atom to give an alkene. If you have to write the name of this, this will be 2-methyl propene. Okay, and this is tertiary butyl alcohol. So I hope you have understood about dehydrogenation reaction when it is passed over heated copper at 573 Kelvin. Okay. Next we have some commercially important alcohols. Now which are these commercially important alcohols? That is methanol as well as ethanol. Okay. Methanol is also called as wood spirit. It has got the molecular formula CH3OH. Okay. It is produced by destructive distillation of wood. That is why the name wood spirit. Okay. Destructive distillation of wood it can be prepared. Also commercially it can be prepared when carbon monoxide plus hydrogen is passed over zinc oxide and chromic oxide catalyst at 200 to 300 atmospheric pressure and 573 to 673 Kelvin to form methanol. Okay, this is commercial production of methanol. But methanol is highly poisonous in nature. When it enters into the body, methanol is oxidized first to methanol and then to methanoic acid, which may cause blindness and even death. So what happens when methanol is entering into our body? It gets oxidized to methanol, that is aldehyde, then to methanoic acid, that is a carboxylic acid, which can lead to blindness and even death. Now why is it so commercially important, if you have to know? That is, methanol is used as a solvent in paints and varnishes. It is used for making formaldehyde, as well as it is used as antifreeze for automobile radiator, and it is used for denatured ethyl alcohol. What is denatured or what is denaturation of ethanol? I'll explain you in the next slide. Okay, so these are the uses of methanol. Clear? The other commercially important alcohol is ethanol. It has the molecular formula C2H5OH and it can be commercially prepared by fermentation of sugars. The sugars which is present in sugarcane juice, or it can be from grapes, or it can be from molasses. If we add yeast into it, what happens is yeast produces two types of enzyme called as invertase and zymase. So the sugar which is there, that is the sucrose what is there, it gets first converted into glucose and fructose in the presence of invertase. We can see the reaction here. Sugar in the presence of invertase enzyme gets converted to fructose and glucose. Further, glucose gets converted into ethyl alcohol producing carbon dioxide in the presence of the enzyme zymase. Now, both of these enzymes are produced by yeast. Especially when we are making wine, this yeast is present on the skin of the grapes itself. That's why extra yeast need not be added for fermentation of grape, that is the sugar present in grape. Okay, so the fermentation of these sugars require a temperature of somewhere between 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, not more than that, nor below 30 degrees Celsius, as well as it requires an anaerobic condition. As carbon dioxide gas is produced here, the anaerobic condition is also fulfilled. Okay, so that is how we get alcohols from fermentation of sugars. Okay, the two important enzymes are invertase, which converts sucrose to glucose and fructose, and zymase, which converts glucose to alcohol and carbon dioxide. Okay, what is the uses of ethanol? That is, it is used as solvent in paint industries, as well as it is used in preparation of number of carbon compounds, as well as it is used as alcoholic beverage. One more use is for preparation of power alcohol. What is power alcohol? It is 80% petrol plus 20% of ethanol. It is used in motor fuel. Okay, that's one of the major uses, other than uses in industries for production of carbon containing compounds or paint industries, also for preparation of alcoholic beverages and power alcohol. Okay. One more point what you need to know is what is denatured alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is something which can be consumed, correct? To make it unfit for drinking, we change the smell, color and make it poisonous so that it cannot be consumed. Then we call it as denatured alcohol. Now, how exactly an alcohol is made unfit for drinking? That is, it is mixed with copper sulfate to give it color. We know that copper sulfate is blue color. So, copper sulfate is added to change color. Pyridine is added so that a foul smell comes from the liquid, and it is known as denatured alcohol. Also, they add some amount of methanol so that it becomes completely unfit for drinking. We know that methanol is poisonous, but ethanol is non-poisonous, isn't it? Can you just think there is just one CH2 group difference between methanol and ethanol, whereas methanol is poisonous and ethanol is non-poisonous, isn't it? So that's the importance of chemistry, where even one carbon atom and two hydrogen atom can make a lot of difference. Okay, so that's about commercially important alcohols, methanol as well as ethanol. Next class, we'll be learning about preparation of phenols and acidity of phenol. So see you next class. Thank you, my dear children. Stay tuned, stay focused, stay updated.